joined here by Senator McCain. He's been involved in a lot of the budget battles over the last few years, and thanks for the time.
Thanks, Peter.
Always. Are you a yes vote today on this debt ceiling deal?
I am. It's not, of course, something that I would have written, but it is a step forward. The government is not shut down, and it doesn't raise taxes. And I have some confidence in this committee that will be appointed to do some serious spending and take budgetary action, which would include entitlement programs. Let's have a little straight talk, Peter. Unless we address entitlement programs, we can't really fix our fiscal difficulties.
Not everyone has as much confidence in this super committee as you do, and the track record in this town for triggers, budget triggers, and enforcement mechanisms, not very good.
That's why the balanced budget amendment should be a long-term goal. Let's have some straight talk again. It's not going to pass the United States Senate. It's not going to get 20 Democrat senators' votes. But we have to make that, we Republicans and fiscal conservatives have to make that as a #1 issue in the 2012 elections. So I believe that this committee has unique power in that the only thing I know of that's like it is the BRAC, the Base Closing Commission. It requires an up or down vote. If it didn't require an up or down vote, it would go the way of all the other commissions. And again, I've been around here long enough to remember Graham Rudman. You probably remember it had very stringent spending cut requirements as part of it. But Congress just declared an emergency, just ignored it. And so even though we may enact certain triggers and stuff, unless we put it in the Constitution, then the Congress is always going to avoid it.
Who's going to be on this super committee? Because there's already some questions. You put the most rigid folks on the Democratic-Republican side, you're going to get gridlock again, aren't you?
I think that when a group of people sit down and start negotiating and realize if they report out that they can't get any kind of agreement, that's a reflection on them as well. And so I believe that there are enough mature, thoughtful individuals that we can come to an agreement. If we can't, then we can't come to agreement on anything, which may be true.
We don't want to go down that path. Let me ask you, though, about the issue of taxes, because there's already been a fight between the White House and Eric Cantor, for example, about whether or not tax increases are on the table for this joint committee. From your view, even though you may not favor tax increases, should this panel consider them, and should Republicans at least have it on the table?
Well, I think probably everything should be on the table, but I am sure that Republicans are committed to not raising taxes. And I don't think that anybody that really adheres to strong fiscal conservative principles believes that we should raise taxes. But reform of the tax code, absolutely. We all know the tax code has to be reformed. Now, how do you do that without raising taxes? Well, you reduce the corporate tax, in my view, from 35 to 25, and then you close loopholes. Now, that's not tax increases, in my view. I have opposed ethanol subsidies forever. I went to Iowa and ran for president and lost in opposition to ethanol subsidies. There's many of those kinds of things that could be addressed.
Final question for you. If the choice is between, I know you're worried about some of the defense cuts on the table here, defense cuts or revenue increases, if that's the choice Democrats are putting to you, where's John McCain going to come down?
I don't think that's going to be the choice. I wouldn't choose either. So, I mean, I don't think it's going to be either or, Peter, but it's a damn good question.
All right, Senator John McCain is
always good to be with you.
Appreciate the time.